What is black love?
What is black love? That's a good question. I mean, it comes down to, in order to be able to understand it, you first have to really kind of define it, right?
Yeah.
So let's look at the word black for starters, right?
Yeah, that's a good place.
Black is, I think, in this particular first half of that definition, really it comes down to, it being love among black people, or love from black people, and love with black people, right? And black people are those who are defined as those of us who came across in the transatlantic slave thing. That's not to take Africans out of it or anybody else of color out of black love, but realistically, black love in the instance that we're talking about is black love. People that, whether that's through romantic love, whether that's through agape love, right? Whether through that's just love of the earth and people and the environment and nature, right?
What does it truly mean to be loved as a black person or as a black man?
Mm-hmm. What it truly means to me is it really all stems from the mother that I had, I guess, for me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it all stems from, the nurturing and wonderful taking care of that I got from my mother and my father, right? And it all comes down to the love that I've shared between myself and my sisters, my cousins, my whole family. You know what I'm saying? This is, I can remember us, fighting in the backyard and my cousin and I, fighting in the backyard and hitting each other with rocks and maybe even biting each other. And then after that fight, our parents taking us and making us hug each other and say, "Give them a hug."
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So that's love as well.
That's love as well.
That's
you know what I'm saying? But it is being able to fight each other and then still end up walking away with some love.
So it's not just a struggle. It's not just a struggle.
No, love is not just a struggle.
Well, for black love, right now, it feels like
it's a struggle to keep it.
It's a struggle
to maintain it. It's a struggle to stay with the value. It's a struggle to stay within the confines of it and utilize it as a rule to operate on with each other. Yeah, it is a struggle sometimes. Because you know what, some people they fall outside of the understanding of it. Some people don't know what black love is. Some people don't know what love is.
So is black love different than any other love?
I don't know. I haven't been able to see what everybody else's love is like. All I know that I operate from is black love. Right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And even if I come to somebody else that's got white love, right? Right?
You accept it
right?
just the same.
I accept it from my black love perspective.
Let's look at intimate love, love between a male, female, 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 male, male, however you live it.
Mm-hmm. Love is ever changing, especially since you just mentioned that love, at least in terms of us looking at love between people in general, intimately, has always been, for the most part, between a man and a woman, right? And in recent years, it has sort of changed into a bunch of alphabets, right? You know what I'm saying? It's changed, love between this person, that person, that person.
It's all inclusive.
It's all inclusive. There you go.
Yeah.
There it is. It's all inclusive.
And that's right.
So intimate love, in and of itself, has changed the way that we stereotypically look at just love between a man and a woman. And I'm thinking that our community in large part has ADD in some ways, right? You know what I'm saying? It's hard to focus on just one thing, right? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you, I mean, no, I mean, it is. It is sometimes. I mean, sometimes, just through progression of learning and living, right? One can, I think the younger you are, the better you have a chance of just focusing in and locking in on one person throughout your entire lifetime.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There used to be a time.
Marriage. Is that
right.
marriage or is that okay?
Well, that's just focusing in on one person.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Whether that's marriage or
not.
not. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Okay.
I've known people that have been together for 30 years and never got married,
no
right?
papers
You know what I'm
at
saying?
all.
But then I've known people who have been married and it only lasts a year, right?
Yeah.
Some long lasting, 20-year, 30-year thing is fleeting in terms of the way that we see it. You know what I'm saying?
Today.
Our attention spans are shorter. Our tolerance for bullshit
That's it.
has become shorter. Our ability to forgive, move on, and then maybe come back later and reconvene has changed. And so love can be forever between two people, and the relation. I can give you a perfect example.
Okay.
Of the ever-changing cycle of how love is, right? A woman can have her child born, straight from the womb. They can't hold their head up. They can't feed themselves. They can't do anything for themselves. You have to feed them, bathe them, nurture them, teach them how to speak, teach them how to walk, and do all of these things. And over time, you teach them, how to behave. You teach them religion. You teach them who God is. You teach them what love is. You show them through example between you and their parent, the other parent, what love is, and if you don't do that, you do it with someone else, right? And the child watches this whole cycle. But the whole time that you are raising that child, right, there is a love between you and that child. And eventually that child grows up tall enough to look you dead in the eye, right? And to tell you what their values are, tell you what their ideas are, tell you that they agree with you about this part of love or that they don't, right? And eventually you grow older, right? And eventually your child is changing your diaper and feeding you and picking you up and taking you to church.